class 210 or 80, piezoelectric MEMS accelerometer. Accelerometer is also called as vibration sensor, but here a word called as micro sensor is added. Okay, see here, MEMS accelerometer or vibration micro sensor. Micro means MEMS device. As you had studied in chapter 2, the accelerometer will have a proof mass attached to it, which is free to move. So similarly here, the proof mass is attached to a silicon wafer. See, this is a silicon base, okay, on which some structures will be there. Okay, okay, there at a particular hinge, this cantilever means free to move. This is free to move with respect to this hinge. When this moves, okay, this proof mass is there. Depending upon the mass of this object, the vibration or force will be acting on this cantilever. If mass is more or less, depending upon, you will get the value of you will get value here. If mass will be more, we will get more force here. Okay. Now according to that, this piezo crystal will get compressed and elongated when this vibrates. This crystal has platinum electrodes at the two sides, which is not shown here. Here electrodes are not shown. So these all are very thin, say in micron size. Now from this we can measure the acceleration from the voltage developed across the crystal. Voltage developed across the electrodes will be proportional to the force applied across the crystal faces. So force is proportional to mass and acceleration. Since mass is known and fixed, force is proportional to acceleration and can be calculated. Hence, acceleration can be calculated. This is manufactured by micro machining technique, means subtractive etching process. Another type, okay, you can use this to measure acceleration, force, displacement, or also inclination. See, in our mobile phone, all these things are measured, and accordingly display will change, you know that. See, size of an MEMS accelerometer is 4 mm by 4 mm by 1.45 mm, so small. So this is a piezoelectric type accelerometer. Second is capacitive based. In your syllabus, it is not mentioned which all types you should study. Here we have explained both the types. Now let us move to the capacitive accelerometer. It will have like this. Say the fixed plates, say on a silicon wafer. Okay, this is a silicon wafer. On the silicon wafer, we have another silicon material, or not silicon, which is a conductor. Okay, some say gallium or gallium arsenide or whatever it is. Say these fixed plates are kept here, which is shown in green, which are called as outer electrodes. Within the fixed electrodes, a movable plate is moving, free to move. These four are fixed points. One, two, three, four. Four legs. All the green are fixed fully, and these end portion act as spring. Now this is free to move like this, left, right, left, right. So when any acceleration or vibration happens, this will move. Accordingly, what will happen is the capacity between, or the capacitance value between the fixed and movable plates will be changing. Now here we have two capacitances between the left side uh, fixed plate with respect to the moving plate C1, and with respect to the right side, okay, moving plate, any moving plate with respect to left side and also with respect to right side. In the equilibrium position, C1 will be equal to C2 when this is in the middle, when the spring tension is zero. If there is acceleration, speed is increasing, it will move in one direction. So C1 will be more than C2. Say, now here C2 is more than C1 because as distance increases, capacitance decreases. So accordingly, whether C1 is more than C2 or less than C2, we can uh, understand whether it is accelerating or braking the vehicle, means decelerating. And the value of acceleration or deceleration can be calculated by the difference between C1 and C2. More the difference, more the acceleration value. You can write like this. This figure also is enough for the examination. examination. This is another type is there, capacitive type. I think no need to study all those in detail. See, it is like this. All the top plates are shorted, connected together. All the bottom plates are connected together. There is spring here. This is substrate. Okay, here proof mass is given. In this case, the weight of the mass of the moving plate itself is the proof mass. There is no extra mass. Here, proof mass is attached to the moving plate. Moving plate, moving plate, moving plate, moving plate. Okay, that is moving with the fixed outer plates. So you can have any type. Next, we have MEMS humidity sensor. In humidity sensor, we have again a tiny device. Okay, say this is a substrate on which you have a lower plate, conducting plate, and then dielectric, then again conducting plate. The dielectric is sensitive to humidity. When water is uh, when the dielectric is exposed to water or humidity, its dielectric constant changes. Because of that, capacitor value between the fixed plates, between the two plates, okay, this is fixed. lower plate and this is a top plate will be changing. Here gaps are given so that humidity can affect the dielectric media properly. That is why here gaps are given. All these three things will be shorted together. Okay, so lower plate, upper plate. So this is the MEMS humidity sensor. You see, here there is no moving part. Only change in dielectric constant leads to change in capacitance, which can be measured. Okay. Difference between IC and MEMS. Both are similar, but when you see IC, they are actually 2D. Even though it has thickness, thickness will be constant, uniform throughout the device. So it is a 2D structure. But MEMSC is a complex 3D structure. MEMS does not have any basic building block. It can have spring, motors, pumps also. See in the insulation pump you had seen, okay, there it was giving drops of insulation. In an inkjet printer, we need to give a small bubble. You had studied in chapter 3, yes, chapter 3 in the displays and recorder devices in inkjet printer. You had studied the inkjet printer, bubble inkjet printer. Bubble of ink is pushed outside the nozzle. A continuous pushing will act the same thing as a pump. Such pumps are called as micro pumps, means piezoelectric devices or say thermal bubble. This actuation, what had been given there in the inkjet printer topic, if they act continuously, such things can be called as micro pumps. So an MEMS device has micro pumps, etc. But IC does not have such things. IC has a transistor as basic building block. A set of transistors can be used to develop or manufacture a gate. And logical gates are next blocks for building higher complex circuit, which are made as next building block for another complicated circuit. So other things are easily functionable. ICs will measure only electrical values, whereas an MEMS device can measure biological, chemical, optical, electrical, and thermal. And it can have moving parts. The packaging is very complex. These are well developed. This is still developing. Technology is still developing. Okay. Next we have this we will take in the next class.